Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Rick Berube here, live on this Thursday for another Facebook Live. And with us today, we have the lovely Tiffany Beard, manager of the Goodyear office. All right.
Cheers
And,
all around.
yes, and the studio audience goes crazy, Tiffany. Now, I should mention also that's in Arizona, in case anybody's wondering where that is. You know my little joke about Goodyear, right? People
No,
go, is Goodyear? Is that like the end of the world? I go, no, it's not the end of the world, but you can actually see the end of the world from Goodyear, Arizona.
we're East LA.
I'm only kidding. No, Goodyear is beautiful, and talk about values lately and production and all kinds of. I mean, that place has grown, probably even since you've been there, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And we are the fastest this side of town is we're the only one with land, so lots building out here.
We're the only one with land. I love it. I remember the first time I went to that office, I missed the exit, and it's like the world disappeared. It goes from like 4 lanes to like half a lane, and there's goats. No, I'm kidding. It's not that bad.
Goats.
All
At least
right.
a
So
little bit further, Rick.
yeah, exactly. Just a little bit further, and then you go the other way, and you go by a massive, what is it? Air Force plant
Luke
thing.
Air Force Base. Yep, just
Luke
up.
Air Force Base. There we go. Luke Air Force Base. All right. Well, enough about that. Let's talk about you, Tiffany. Give us, get us caught up. Like, tell us a little about yourself. How long you've been in real estate? We know you're the manager now, but you were an agent first. So tell us a
I
little about.
was. I
Yes.
was. I started real estate just under 10 years ago. I came from the graphic design world. I actually have a graphic design degree, and I did that for about 12 years, and then everything crashed, the whole economy. So I, my husband works for the railroad, so we traveled for his job for a while, and we have three little boys. So when we moved back to Phoenix, which was always the plan, with his non-existent schedule, I needed something that was a little bit more flexible, and I always loved real estate, so I jumped right in full swing. And I'm from the area, so my sphere was what I focused on a lot in the beginning, just staying in front of people.
Hmm. Yeah, like when you say your husband's schedule is not meaning that he could be working 24/7, 3 weeks in a row, and then be home for a month. It's a crazy schedule, right?
It is. He's on always on call, so we never know. We get invited places, and I'm like, well, the boys and I will be here. If my husband's in, he'll go with us. If not, he doesn't. So it's
Right.
kind of a never know.
Yeah, it's one of those things you just get used to as a family and do the best you can, right? It's
Yeah,
almost like being in the military.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah, awesome. And now I believe the railroads have really they've really gotten made a resurgence as far as they're busy. They have all kinds of stuff they're hauling on the railroads these days, right? It's kind of crazy, actually.
Oh yeah, if they can get the containers off the ships out there, right?
Right. Well, we won't get into that. That's a hot topic right now. Thank you, studio audience. Appreciate that. All right. So you're the manager there now, right? So you were a very productive
I
agent, and
am.
so now tell us a little about that. That's a whole different world, isn't it?
Yeah, so I always mentored agents over the years. I had put masterminds together, things like that, and always, I was a teacher for a bit back in the day too. So I always found a passion for helping other people grow their business, inspiring whatever they needed, helping out. And I kind of organically found this role as manager and just seeing people's potential, motivating them, getting them on board is such a passion of mine to see their, rise to new levels.
Their progress, help them go from where they are to where they want to be, and help them in that process. It's a very first off, you have very appreciative agents, and number two, it's very rewarding.
Sorry.
Did you miss me?
No, it cut out.
Oh, it cut out. I said it's very rewarding to help them, and it also makes you have an office full of appreciative agents too.
Yeah, and I think people don't realize their potential. So kind of pulling that out of them, being like, no, you got this. You can definitely. So that's so helpful for everybody because it inspires everybody, the whole office, not just that one agent too.
Yeah, and you have raving fans there too, so that's very helpful, right? They love you, so that's great. Now, tell us a little. Now, I think, and I know I'm a company guy, and I know you're a company woman for sure, but we have tremendous tools to help them get there too, right? And some of them use it, and some could probably use a few more of them, right?
Absolutely. We focus here, especially in our office, on training and using the tools. Bringing there is so much that sometimes I think agents get overwhelmed on what to do. So we focus on one tool at a time. How you can use this, how you can implement it. There's 100 different ways on some of them to implement the new QR codes, things like that. The options are endless. So just getting in there, learning them, and using them to your advantage is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. Great. Okay, cool. All right. So now, let's just go right to my favorite question. That is, knowing what you know as an agent and now as a manager, give us some of the top, like, if I wanted to be very successful today, give us 3 or 4 things that you would focus on. And you can even include company tools if you want to, whatever you think are the most important things for agents to do today to be successful in this business.
So I have so many.
Uh-huh.
Number one, I would focus on getting great training for sure. Like, know your stuff. Surround yourself with success. Get a good mentor, good coach, just to help me. I'm here. I'll help always. Just surrounding yourself with success that kind of spreads. Get assistance from other agents, ask questions, just really good training. Training on the tools, like we just discussed as well. Know how to use them and then use them for sure, I think would be number one. Two, I would, your schedule, create a schedule and stick to it. Very easy to talk yourself out of doing things. And if you have a schedule and stick to it, the DRC is such a great daily revenue commitment. Pick one thing. You are not done with your job until you do at least that one thing. I think is so important to anyone's success in life in general. And then number three, your mindset. I think you have to have a positive mindset. Believe in yourself. Believe you can do it, and ignore that drunk monkey that's telling you that you can't.
Right. Yeah, I love it too. Like Zig Ziglar used to say, you need a checkup from the neck up, and which is such a great way of putting it too. I love,
Yeah,
yeah. And
absolutely.
like you just said, you have to the drunk monkey that Tiffany is referring to. The creator of the drunk monkey, not a lot of people know this, is Matthew Ferry. Matthew
Hmm.
Ferry actually has a Facebook page called the Drunk Monkey, but the Drunk Monkey is that negative, incessant voice that continues to talk to you and tries to sell you short every single day. And you have to have a plan, okay, to what you're saying, I believe, is you have to have a plan to tame the drunk monkey.
And acknowledgement is the first step. Knowing that that's what it's doing is the first step to getting rid of it. Yeah, I know what you're doing. You're trying to protect me. This isn't going to hurt me, and move on.
Right. And rumor has it that you guys even have a drunk monkey rehab in your office. Is that correct?
Yes, we have little monkeys. I have one right here. And just to remind everybody that it's there because everyone has it. And if your drunk monkey's getting out of hand, bring him to me. I'll lock him up and sober him up.
Lock them up for the weekend and just come out on Monday sober and ready to tackle the world, right?
I was just having a conversation with one of our agents this weekend, and they're telling me, or this week, and they were telling me, well, I can't do that. Yeah, it's just, and I walked up to her and I kind of dusted off her shoulders, like that drunk monkey sitting there. You can do it.
Yeah.
So,
No, so true. Yeah, I tell people in my success series, which by the way I have from 1 to 4 today, finishing up the condensed version of it today from 1 to 4 on Google Hangouts. But I try to tell them you have to have a routine. You can't just go, I'm positive. Let me help you out. I'm positive. That ain't gonna work. You have to have like listen to audiobooks. I do affirmations. I have visualization, meditation. I work out, which to me is one of the best ways to have a positive because the endorphins and the chemicals that are released into your body, you can't even buy those kind of drugs, even if you tried. That's how positive it is. I listened to I can't think if she was a psychiatrist or a psychologist, somebody way smarter than me in the medical field, right? She said that working out every day consistently is like taking a little bit of Ritalin and a little bit of Prozac because it'll keep you from getting depressed and it'll make you way more focused. And I was like, isn't that an interesting way to put it without actually having to take drugs, of course? Kind of nice.
absolutely. Yeah, starting off on a positive every day. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. That's completely important. Okay, so now in your office, all right, you have some really productive, successful agents. You want to give anybody? I mean, you have, Michelle's in there. You have a tremendous amount of agents that are doing incredibly well, don't you?
Yeah, and it's funny because they all have their own little niche,
Yeah.
So like Michelle is her expireds, her phone calls. She's so good at it. And then we have Eric, who's a rock star in door knocking. We have this people that are so great on social media and rocking that. It's just a really good blend of all different prospecting styles, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, which is that's such a good comment too, because Michelle has a Mike Ferry coach, right? And she is on the phone, and she has a number analyzer. She's all about it. Now Eric is in my coaching, and he's way more. Well, let's put it this way: he'd rather be face to face with people, especially with his old job, which is very unique. By the way, he used to repossess cars.
Yeah.
You can go to a door and tell them, "Do you have the keys?" I think knocking on the door about.
He just said that the other day. He's like, this is nothing compared to what I used to do.
Right. But even his first day, he went out to the first door, got halfway up, went back to his car, and went, whoa, what am I doing? Right. And then he went back. But like what Eric does is so great because he brings him out company tools. He uses all the company tools, get his listings. He has the buy side report. He does flyers, right? Knocks on 25 doors a day. Yes, everybody, 25 doors a day. And what will Michelle close this year? Do you have it? Like, how is she going to finish the year about? Just about.
Oh, I don't even know. We haven't looked again. She wants to rock. We just ran numbers probably in July, and she's got a lot on her plate, but that girl's
she's a rock
for sure.
Yeah. And it's easy to say they'll both be in the top 5, and they do it totally different. And they do it totally different too. Right.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. One of them's face to face, and he visits the house many times. Matter of fact, I've interviewed both of them on my podcast. So if you want to check them out on my podcast, folks, it's on the, if you have an iPhone, it's the podcast app. If you have an Android, load the Podbean app, which everybody should have anyway, because there's free audiobooks on it. And then it's right there. Just type in Rick Berube, and it'll show you my success series. And then it'll have Eric Sign. Sounds like stop sign, but it's spelled SAENZ. And then Michelle Klein is also, just like it sounds, Klein, right?
With a K.
With a K, right, exactly. Klein, right?
Correct.
Yes. All right, any final words, any thoughts you want to leave these wonderful people today, Tiffany?
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself.
It's a fantastic world, and you can accomplish anything.
You really can, especially in this business, right? You have a license to sell, right?
Absolutely.
It's such an awesome business to be in because you get to decide what you're worth, and then if you're willing to do, okay, I'm gonna tell you what I tell, and you've heard this because you've taken my success series. But what I tell them is, years ago, I was very lucky to be in a group with a mastermind group with Mike Ferry and a bunch of other agents across the country. I'm gonna do it the quick way. We had our first speaker come in, 30 people in the room, Wayne Dyer. Wayne Dyer said, "Hold in your mind what your goal is, and the universe will conspire to help you." Like, I had never heard that before, right? 6 months later, Deepak Chopra came, same group of 35 people, and he said, submit to the process and the outcome is guaranteed. So I always put those two together. Hold in your mind what your goal, whether it's 20 homes, 30 homes, 50 homes, whatever it is. Understand there's a process that goes along with it. Talk to Tiffany, any of our managers, they can help you with that. Join my coaching. As a company, we have, you can't say at this company, I don't know what to do. You just can't do that. And I don't have the tools, and I don't have the CRM, and I don't have the brand. You have all that here. So understand what you want to do and learn the process, which we can help you, and your goal is guaranteed. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. And right now is we're all doing, planning for 2022 and putting that in. We do vision boards and everything like that, and just having your number everywhere of what you want.
Yep.
It'll come, and then work the process. Stick to your schedule.
Work the process. Keep working it because you're worth it. Now, you remember my saying for 2021, right? Getting it done in 2021. So now my new one is, what's possible for you in 2022?
So clever you are.
Oh, I stay up at night thinking of these things, Tiffany, right? I need to buy a life, really. Anyway, all right. Tiffany, thank you very much for your time today. This was completely awesome. All right, look forward to talking to you soon. Everybody else will do this again next week. Thanks,
Thank
Tiffany.
you.
See ya.